to watch all the moves. They're not hard to find. Strong arm tactics so loud, only themselves in mind. Every player has dreams of making Orca fame. They'll live on in the minds of those who get in their way. Orcas all say, don't come for me. Mid-merge boots, they're so vain. As we set up the podcast webcam, the pod is here to talk Orca game. Orca King CK with delusions of fame. In this LRG world, he's the apex predator. Dani and Jules in tow, always ready to go. Now it's time for the show. They're the apex predators.
Hello and welcome to the Orca Pod, the Apex Predators of Australian Survivor LRG podcasting. Here we are embarking on a new journey in the watery waters, in the cool waters of the ocean as the orcas swim on to a new ocean, the ocean of the Northern Shore, as we embark on a 10-week 10-episode journey where we will dive deeply into the ocean that is the North Shore seasons 1, 2, and 3. If you're watching live, please no spoilers for 2 and 3 because I'm still watching them and making my notes, and I'll be unspoiled to see who is winning. Apparently, can you hear me, Ethan? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Yeah, no, it's your problem, Jules. Sort yourself out. Ethan can hear me. So thank you to everyone that's joining us for this coverage of this brand new LRG. We would have covered it in the real time, but man, did it pop up out of nowhere. Suddenly, Eden's updated the wiki, and there's 3 seasons. Like, what the hell? Who does 3 seasons this quickly? It's unbelievable, but we'll be diving deeply this evening into the first season. I'm sure people maybe watched it. It's a good watch if you haven't. It's a great mix of, as I said on our live comments, Backyard Survivor 1 and Brisbane Survivor 1 and Melbourne Survivor 1. Because Melbourne Survivor 1 was like a 40-minute video. This is like an hour 40. Backyard was really in a backyard like this was in a way. And Brisbane 1 was about people that all sort of knew each other. And I know that wasn't the theme, but it was clear there were siblings and friends and all sorts of people in this season that knew each other. So it was a really great mix of all those things. And it came together in a really fantastic way. I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to getting into our deep dive this evening. Let me bring in the first of my orcas. One is, I always stuff up the times. If you're new to us, I'm always getting the times wrong. But here is one of our orcas. Hopefully she can now hear me. She's not quite an orca. We'll explain it to you. Welcome, Jules.
Hello. Yes, I don't know. I couldn't hear you, but on the live I thought, so I left and came back, and now I can hear you. We're good.
So I said Jules isn't quite an orca. She is an absolute cornerstone of our podcast. We've done 170 episodes of this thing, and you're probably in like, I don't know, 140 of them or something. But the orcas, for those learning, these people that were in our opening video. So what we do on our show is we celebrate the characters. We celebrate gameplay, but we celebrate the big characters. And the character we think is the biggest character, well, not just us, it's voted on by the Congress. All of those people that are orcas will vote for the orca of the season. And we will, at the end of our 3-season coverage, create and vote on 3 new orcas for these 3 North Shore seasons. So it's going to be a very exciting moment for 3 people in about 10 weeks' time when the Congress assembles and they vote for the orca of the season. I was the orca of Melbourne Survivor 3. And Dani, who will be with us shortly, was the orca of Melbourne Survivor 4, and she beat Jules by 1 vote. And Jules is okay about it, I think.
I'm okay about it because it's Dani. If it was anyone else on that cast, I would be ropeable.
If it was Greg, it would have been an incredible moment.
If it was Greg, I would be quitting the podcast.
Greg would have your spot. Okay, so Dani will be joining us soon, but we have a special guest with us, which is great to bring him on, the creator and host of North Shore. Let's bring him in. Welcome, Ethan.
Hi, guys.
So excited to have you here and to be diving into your seasons. Tell us, and then no spoilers for 2 or 3, but tell me where this came from. Out of nowhere, 3 seasons, boom. Tell us the story.
All right. So, I always grew up with Survivor in my family since I was a kid. I'm 21 myself. Australian Survivor came out when I was like 11 years old, which is insane to say. Sorry, guys. And so I grew up with this trajectory of big characters, of flashy gameplay, and Blood versus Water comes out. And I don't remember how old I was at the time, but I realized Survivor's not for me anymore. This is a bad season of the show. But I didn't know Survivor got bad. I just assumed it was always good. So when it was bad, I was like, I'm done. Years later, I came back to the show through Titans versus Rebels. I'm at uni one day. I'd been watching the season, and someone I spoke to was talking about Kirby. And I was like, Kirby at my university from Australian Survivor? People like Australian Survivor? And this got me down the rabbit hole of all these US seasons that I'd never seen, big characters, and now I'm the super fan I am today. But initially what happened was I was watching that season and I just felt inspired. I was like, wait, wouldn't it be crazy if I got all my closest friends and family and made them play Survivor, filmed it, and put it on YouTube? Who has ever thought of this before? So I really did think that I was completely original. I thought no one had ever done this before, and that I was a new paragon of Survivor content. Turns out I had missed the boat by about 20 years, but I really found myself doing this first season, and when it came out, it's kind of a home movie. I feel like I used to make iMovies as a kid, and it's kind of a culmination of that, where I watch it back and I go like, oh my gosh, look at this, what was I even doing here? So recently I did watch season 1 again, so I could rehash myself on what I'd created. And I found a lot of charm in it, really. I thought it was really funny. I really enjoyed watching it back. But that's kind of how this all came to be. I thought I was so original. And I'd kind of seen every season. I was like, let's see something new. And I thought I was something new. Turns out I wasn't. But
you're gonna be sticking around for our whole coverage, because as is the case sometimes with these condensed seasons, there's obviously things that as a viewer you miss, and you'll be able to fill us in on the gaps. But I do want you to take a pause before telling us, and let us speculate wildly before you tell us we're wrong, because I have things I want to speculate about. But when did you discover that you were not alone in this universe, that there were almost 16 seasons of this stuff across the country, not to mention ones in other countries? I don't even get into that. That's too much. When did you discover you were part of this broader Australian community?
So I think before I even clocked the Australian community, I'd clocked Maryland All Stars, which is I think what a banger. And so I remember watching that, and I was like, oh well, of course this would exist in the US, but I'm the first guy to do it in Australia. I remember Survivor North Shore, the name North Shore didn't even come about until I realized it was just like Survivor. It didn't have a name. If you watch the first 2 seasons, the words North Shore aren't said. It didn't have a name yet. So I remember when I did an org for the first time for the Outcast community. So I heard a shout out Eden a little earlier. Yeah. And I did that, and I remember coming out of it with people saying, oh, I love watching your LRG. What the hell's that? I was like, what's that? What are you talking about? I don't know what that is. And then I was introduced to the wider world of LRGs, and I started watching them, started loving them, getting into being part of the community. And it's been some of the most joy I've had in the last few years.
How many of the LRGs have you watched? Have you watched them all, or not?
I've seen all of Melbourne. I've seen all of Canberra, and I've done treks into Backyards. I've seen Backyard 5, but I've yet to see Backyard 4, which I believe is another one I will come around to.
You should also watch Backyard 2, which I think was robbed of probably best season. I really rate Backyard 2.
Well, let me go check it out then after this.
Without further ado, let me bring in our other orca. Dani, welcome. I'm just going to fix this slightly.
Hello.
There we go.
Yeah.
Done. Excellent.
Hello.
And hello, Dani. Also in the house is one of the OGs, the absolute OGs of this community. Liz of Melbourne Survivor fame, before, one of the original creators with Carl and Brian is here for our coverage, as well as the Orca of Canberra season 3, Loz, saying that appropriately Canberra 3 is pretty great. She hears.
I would agree.
So, Dani, you've been putting the kids to bed. I'm sorry I got the times wrong. We're going to jump in now into our coverage. Now, as I said, I said to Ethan, we want to speculate wildly, so he's not to correct us unless, until we've finished our speculations. Do we all take notes for this one? I did.
Yeah. They're brief.
Oh, shut up.
No, this is what Dani does.
Oh my God, there's no way.
Look, I have some notes on my phone. That's,
Okay. Well, I'm going to start with the first episode.
Of notes.
I'm going to start with the first episode.
Wow, okay.
And I'm going to say what I wrote here. I'm not just saying this because you're live on our screen and we want your community to be a fan of us. Host vibes are good. That's my initial comment, Ethan.
Mine is straight off. Love Ethan's energy. That's my
I love the
first note.
host voice. Like it's commanding presence.
Bit of a Jeff copy, I said, but I like the presentation, and there's no ums or ahs. It's consistent, clear, well-spoken, very, very good for a first off the bat effort.
I love in the editing, like the subtle jabs at all the players. Like this person has no idea what's going on. A little bit sexist, like stuff like that. I thought that was so funny.
Yeah, if we're gonna jump ahead to the broader thing, and I hope this is something you've continued with through your seasons, it's a little bit Gen Z coded, and I love it. Like these little videos, these little comments, these little sort of memes built into it, which is obviously your style. I hope you keep doing that throughout the seasons because I love it. It's unique and it's special and it's really, really fun. Look, it's going to be a little bit interesting. I fell in love with one character like immediately, and I'm like, this bro has like massive orca potential. But and slight spoiler for the end here, and I don't choose the orca. I have orca votes, and we always say orcas can't win. But I think the winner of this season has incredible. Or Dani's screwing up her face. Has incredible orca potential.
I think it's a potential. I don't think he's going to win it though.
At the first challenge, he literally over celebrates and then does this to everyone and then blows a raspberry at them when he wins the challenge. And then says he feels splendiferous. I was in love with this guy immediately.
Of course you were. Of course you were in love with him. Not even a question about that. I'm sorry. The orca is going to the robbed queen who should have won. That's my orca vote. There's something in the name Annabelle and orcas.
We've also misspelled her name on our media coverage, which we need to fix. Apologies, Annabelle.
So that's
how dare you?
Potential right there.
How dare you?
Somebody else want to say something? I'll just fix some bound. I'm going to fix.
I will admit, well, like straight off, I love Ethan's energy, and then I was confused because it was just chaos. Like I was just like, hey, what's happening?
I didn't know who anyone was, and I'm like, who's on what tribe? And because they didn't have buffs, like I think it was a bit hard to follow, but we figured it out. It was okay.
Yeah, no, I came to, but I was just like the first 5-10 minutes. I was like, I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah,
I'm so confused about what's happening right now. This is pure chaos. I love it, but as a note taker, this is very hard to follow.
Yeah,
I had to go back and forth a little bit. I had to write down all their names, but what I think was going on with this challenge, which I thought was a really good start, is they had to run, I think, some distance, get there, then throw
I would have hated you.
balls off at the cups, and then they would get letters, and then they had to go solve the puzzle. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get to see them solve the puzzle. What was the puzzle answer, Ethan?
So it was just about the most amazing thing I could think of, which was survivors ready with an exclamation mark at the end.
And they sort of gave Maddie the credit for getting it right. Was that right? Or Maddie's team lost.
That is what happened.
Maddie
in
lost.
The end. Matt did get the credit for trying to figure out the puzzle, but then again, they did lose. So, yes.
I think someone said he had it figured out, but they didn't have all their letters back. So was it a matter of the other team copying them or something?
I mean, I believe so. So, I mean, a bit of context as to why there's so much footage missing. North Shore 1 doesn't have a crew. There is no crew for this season. What you're watching is me. I filmed every confessional. Tribal councils are filmed by the people who are attending the tribal council. And when you are voted out, you are the crew now. So you see my very early boots, the children I later enslaved to come and help and film more stuff. The season has this.
Can I ask how old these children are?
So, the Tatum and Chanel were both 13 at the time of playing.
My comment.
I was going to say Tatum in particular looked young. I was like,
she's my little sister.
Okay.
Tatum says looks like she's 14. Almost nailed it.
Look, I had her younger than that. I was like, is she still in primary school?
Who's younger? Because one of them has now the record, the wiki record on Eden's Fabulous Wiki, as being the youngest player to ever play in Australian LRG. Who was younger, Tatum or
Chanel?
Yeah, Chanel? That's
actually a very good point. I believe Tatum's age. Tatum was born in January, so that would make, I believe, Chanel younger.
Chanel. There you go. That's
if we Australian 12, LRG player.
If we do 12, that's a quality question there, Jules.
That is a good. Yes. And then just so we can get an idea of the range, who was like, without naming who they were, what was sort of the range of the older players?
The oldest player on this season was 21.
Okay.
Oh, babies. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
My guess
there are.
Maddie. Is that Maddie? Is Maddie?
It's Matt. Yes, yeah. Matt and Mia are both 21 at the time of playing.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah.
So this challenge was good. I liked it as a concept, and this filming thing makes what you've done even more incredible. Brody, not sexist, says they wouldn't have worried about
that in quotes. Not sexist.
Not sexist.
It's a continuing theme through my notes. Brody being sexist. Brody
being sexist.
No, but he's not sexist. So he said that. So therefore, he's not.
Yeah.
And then Chanel was working with Tatum and Nola. I'm like, are they even on her tribe? I didn't think they were. I'm like, pre-game is going on. Like
they were. So all the three youngest girls were on the same tribe.
I had a note about the when they're at the sink washing up because they were so hot or whatever. I was like, this is the equivalent of a beach, like being at the beach, like on Real Survivor, and like in the water debriefing after a challenge. I was like, I like that like comparison.
Yeah,
very true.
And then Kian thinks the other tribe sucks. Annabelle thinks he's a loose cannon. She's also eating tuna for some reason. Like this early. Why? It's food everywhere in the season. And then Matt finds an advantage and then gets the idol and then does like a
no one found it at the challenge, so he had to find it somewhere else.
The golden voice was elite that he does here. And then Zara knows about his idol because they found it together. And then this is a great little start. Like, I don't know how much time they had. You've got a 7-person tribe here, and there's a clear 3-3 with a double agent, and they're unsure which side's going. Obviously, Maddie's confident that his side with Zara, Lily, Maddie, and Brody are the 4. But you know, there's definitely like for a first tribal, it's quite dynamic about the makeup of the tribe, and it does end up in a 4-3 vote.
Yes, I remember in particular you can hear it's North Shore season 1 is wild because the only people who had seen the show, I believe, who were on this were like my family. Brody and Tatum are my brother and sister. So you hear when I come to that.
I have a note here later. I'm like, I swear that Maddie has to be a Survivor fan because I was like, he gives in his confessionals to give him all the information.
I believe you've seen like I believe you've seen an episode. I believe you've seen one episode.
I was just like, he has to be a fan because he's just like out there giving pure Survivor energy. It was amazing.
It really was.
Yeah.
But you hear when I put the first urn down and I say, if anyone has a hidden immunity idol they'd like to play it, Brody goes like, he said the thing, which is like, it's so iconic. And I remember when the final vote comes out, you hear everyone get really excited because they're like, it's so close, a 3-4 vote. You hear my sister whisper, did he order the votes? Because it's like, that was, of course I'd ordered the votes, but nobody knew what I was going to do.
And then someone tells you later to like when you're counting them, like put them in piles so you know how many there are. I don't know what kind of answer that was.
That is something I would.
I think it might be Tatum. She's like, put them in the piles.
The little sister telling you what to do.
Backseat hosting.
I have notes all through. I'm like Tatum hosting from behind the camera.
We get a bit of a case
I'm
of
obsessed
that
with her.
in seasons.
I think she's fantastic.
She's in the other room. We can invite her
I'm
on.
obsessed with her. I have all here. I'm like, how old is Tatum? She's fantastic. Tatum this.
I'm concerned that if we...
Annabelle. I love them both.
I'm concerned if we put her on the screen, YouTube will take us down for having too
We get in
young of a
big
child.
trouble, yes.
Yeah.
I once
And
made
also
a podcast.
that could throw off some Orca votes. You know, we don't want to give anyone unfair advantage.
Very true. Very true.
Are you guys got anything more on Ep1 before I jump to Ep2?
No.
They're all one Ep, but you know what I mean. I'm talking about boot orders.
Cycle one.
Oh, actually, no, I do. I have it's a confessional that Annabelle gives. She's talking about the men. And I've got Annabelle clocking the patriarchy straight off the bat. She was like, the boys are getting together. The boys are doing the things. And I was like, she's clocking it.
And this is hilarious on a season with 5 men and 9 women.
Right.
Yes.
I'm just like,
Doesn't
what's
matter.
happening?
Tell us
Like,
about
what
how
happened?
you...
But the men's something
Did
to
you
run the things.
Did you randomly select these tribes, or did you?
Yes.
Yeah, they
decide-
reached into the bag.
They had
Yeah.
a bag. They pull.
Do you think you should have picked tribes in reflection, or were you happy with the random?
Like if I thought about it, maybe. But I think I remember watching it back, and I these tribes are ingrained in my mind because there's no one a bigger fan of Survivor North Shore than me. So like I know I could tell you the boot order every season. I could tell you everything. I was there, and I remember when I rewatched it, I had genuinely forgotten that I made them draw for tribes, and I also to this day have no idea why I did that. It doesn't make sense to me because I've never done it since. Oh, yeah, it's a spoiler. But I don't know why I did that. I can't speak to like 19-year-old Ethan. I look far younger. In North Shore. It was only 2 years ago, but yes.
It's a fair question because you're going to the effort of ordering the votes, saying the thing as you just said before, giving it the real authentic feel. And Survivor has never had a random draw for the original tribes. I don't think ever. Now you do a lot of things in the season that are quite unique, and I love them, but I don't know about this one.
Yeah, this is
I'm
a decision.
gonna defend it.
You like it,
Jules?
Not that necessarily that I love it, but it's like I don't think you'll ever get the balance right if you try and split people up based on, I think we'll make them even in challenge potential. Like it's very impossible to do that. Look at the way you did Melbourne 4. CK, you've said yourself that you didn't fully. I've just swapped positions. You might have underestimated certain people, and so that was a bit imbalanced. And I think here there's no way to get it perfect, so might as well make it random. I like it, and it's less work for you because you don't have to try and do it.
I will also take your point on that because part of the shuffling for the casting on Melbourne 4 was to manage people that we thought knew each other or had played a one-day game before and trying to separate them for that advantage. Obviously, here everyone knows each other, so trying to organize it in a way which limits existing relationships would be near impossible, and you wouldn't want to be accused of any level of favoritism by putting people that are really close together on a starting tribe. So it makes
fair. I imagine that is what I was thinking. I'm sure it was. I'm trying to think if anyone doesn't know somebody else on this cast. I mean, obviously there are a ton of immediate siblings.
There was one. I don't know if it was Mia or someone else at one point when they voted later. They're like, I just met you, but I'm so sorry.
So a lot of people didn't know everyone. It's not everyone knew everyone. Okay. A lot of people brought in, like Chanel and Tatum are best friends. I remember the time Neve and Lily were best friends. Nate was brought in like super last minute as well. I think Nate was brought in the day before because someone was like, I can't play. And I was like, what are you doing the next 3 days? And he was like, I don't know, I'm doing nothing. And I was like, I can't play Survivor.
I'm glad you had a fill in.
Yeah, sure.
I think that might answer a question I have later, which we'll get to, about around the merge. So this challenge is they have to reorder bottles, and Zach tells us, potential Orca Zach, tells us he's going to be good at this because he's an actor. I don't really know.
Zach. I was like, who said that? I couldn't figure out.
He can memorize.
That makes sense.
He can memorize lines.
He memorizes
lines. Good memory. I love that.
He does He does absolutely smash it though, and then also backseats Annabelle's bottle choosing. Like she needs it.
Well,
Fully backs it.
It became like a tribal thing.
Why could they help?
Why are they helping each other?
Yeah, Ethan,
That's
put the
bullshit.
banhammer down on that. They shouldn't have been helping each other.
Yeah, I realized
if I'm in that challenge and I find out that we can help, I'm going along and be like, you get number 1, you get number 2, you get number 3, and then we all just pick a
So
color.
funnily enough, Dani, that's exactly what they did.
Amazing.
Yeah, that is how the challenge got broken, and I obviously had no idea they were doing it. So yeah, I the challenge got broken. I remember very quickly it became being behind the table was an issue because then everyone wants to sneak around and see it. I mean, in reality, what I should have done is just strike the teams over to that side. There's a whole field over there, and I should have put them over there, which would be the smart decision to do. But I didn't know what I was doing, and you gave everything a first try. But yes, they did break the challenge exactly as Dani suggested.
Is that
You're
how
clearly
Zach
too pure of heart. You don't think of people cheating.
Is this how Zach won it in like 0 seconds? Like one of them was like 0 seconds.
So quickly.
Because everybody else is doing the work for him. He doesn't need to think of them.
He didn't need
This
to.
is smart.
Yeah. This is gameplay we've never seen.
That's exactly as soon as they started helping, I was like, oh, I can game this. This is easy.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, I'm not even going to look at what the bottles are. I know what they've got. They've got the numbers back there.
I didn't even know there was a Batman Begins, a Zachman Begins for his later fly trap gathering challenge.
Little maneuver.
But it was here. This is where he started trying to gain challenges to great success. The contraption was.
We're going to talk about the fly trap maneuver later because because we need to talk about the fly trap maneuver.
Yeah,
we will be talking about that. Don't you worry.
Absolutely, we will discuss it.
So Tatum thinks she's going to go. She's disappointed in Lily. Zara wants to blindside Brody because he's in with the guys. Brody is giving himself single-handedly the credit for swaying Lily, which I don't think he did. And now Zara's on the chopping block. He wants to about Zara, who's in his alliance of 4. Like no loyalty here. And then I've got Zach is attacking production about some sort of auto cue thing.
Yeah, I was like, argument over auto cue. Zach?
He's like, I can recommend you a good auto cue app, Ethan.
So I'm filming the confessional and Zach interrupts me to go, are you using an auto cue? I go, no, I'm just, because I ask questions and obviously cut them out. You can hear me like have positive affirmations go like, and me cutting out the questions I asked or me making whatever noises. But I remember, Zach asks halfway through my question. He says, are you using an auto cue? And I say, no. And he says, oh, it's a great app I could recommend. I don't know what he's trying to say by that. I think my questions were great, but
I think he's saying you weren't doing a good job. This guy he's such an orca. I love this guy. And now Annabelle is now eating a sandwich. It was tuna in it one. Now she's got a sandwich. And then what do I got here? Zara and Maddie think that Maddie can be a double agent at Merge, and thinks Tatum will have too many allies. Tatum has too many friends, or just people want to work with the younger person. What do you think?
I believe. Oh, you go, Dani.
No, I was about to say I was like at Tribal was like Tatum's so well spoken. I was like, for a 13-year-old, I'm just like, go off. Like I'm just like so eloquent, so like cool, calm, and like I was just like, yes, like I love this queen. It's amazing.
Absolutely. I believe that at the time it's like Tatum's only friend who'd come with her was Chanel to come, and we just voted out Chanel, so she's got nobody left now. And this is obviously I think Survivor players do it all the time even still, which is to say I'm going to stick with my alliance and vote off the person that's not in my alliance, but they're trying to like weirdly justify it in a way that's like, oh, they're a big threat. Just admit that they're not in your alliance and vote them out. I think this
it's a game of numbers. Like
you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, but no, it flipped.
And then there's a bit you do some good questions. Again, we're talking about your successes. Your tribal questions are really good. I think they're really well presented. You ask a good question where it's like, who's on top of the tribe, and then Maddie just sort of smirks at the camera. And then Tatum gets voted out. We don't know about the votes and who she voted for. We don't get that.
Yes, we have no idea. The footage was lost. It was a unanimous vote, and Tatum votes for Zara.
Okay. Have you given that to Eden for the wiki?
I do the wiki.
Oh, you did the wiki. Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
Honestly, I just thought it was like it was a foregone conclusion that she was going. So it's just like some artful editing of like sending her out in swan song. We don't need to see
Let's
the
save
votes.
some time.
I thought it was intentional.
It was.
Yeah. Everything was intentional.
Everything.
You guys,
especially the part where like there's glare on the camera all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, the camera was fine. The camera, I know.
I was gonna say all the camera work and like background noise. That's just like standard LRG stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I was comment about like hate
airplanes.
airplanes.
It's before the first tribal, but I was like, I wasn't sure in the beginning, but the self-film confessionals are growing on me. I was like, I think that'd be such a fun vibe to bring into other like LRGs, like to like, you know, if you like have a GoPro or something along the way, you just have like, you know, very Blair Witch style confessionals.
I thought Ethan was doing the confessionals. The people filming them themselves.
But there are also people who do them
people had like they were running through challenges and they had a camera and they were talking to themselves. Like it was like they were like not like the one-on-ones in the garden, like where they have the camera on themselves and they're just talking. I think it's fun.
The whole thing is Total Drama Island style, to be honest. Annabelle, have you guys ever watched Total Drama Island? My kids are into it.
Oh, love Total Drama Island.
I've seen like half an episode. I've seen like clips of it, but yeah, I know
you should watch it. It's like watching a Survivor season. Like you can just watch a whole brand new Survivor season you've never seen. There's 2 of them.
The whole thing about Total Drama Island is that it's actually far more popular with my generation than Survivor. So when I know people my age who will play future seasons, who like don't really know what Survivor is. They've never heard of the show, and I begin to describe what happens. They're like, "Oh, like Total Drama," and it really annoys me because it's like,
oh my god,
that
makes me feel so old. I know we have a very big age gap here between the 3 of us and you.
Annabelle appropriates this. Look at that. I said like Total Drama Island. This is ridiculous. Stop.
Oh my god.
No,
watch Palau or something.
Have they watched Survivor since? Are they now fans or they play their over?
I've turned Annabelle into a super fan.
Amazing.
Oh yeah. More Orca points for that.
I would also like to you know, the fun thing is that like we will have gotten through likely all 3 of these seasons before the ALRG gets back together. I would like to make
let's bring some of them
into ALRG to compete against the rest of Australia. Like
if they've been covered by the podcast, if they're on the wiki and they've been covered by the podcast, they are legit and part of the full community. Have you guys got anything?
She is an orca. Oh my god, she loves Coach. That is her favorite.
I also.
Oh my god.
JT Annabelle, you got the name wrong.
JT.
TJ.
Losing points.
Who's this talking to us there? Who's that one? Who's
Annabelle?
IZ?
Those are all men. Annabelle, name a woman.
Who's IZ, Ethan? I can't quite see.
Oh, Isaac. You'll meet him.
Okay, later seasons, cool. All right. So, anyone more for Ep2?
No.
Ep3. Okay, here's some more compliments. I don't think anyone in any LRG has ever done this plate holding challenge they do all the time in Australian Survivor, and it is such a good choice of challenge and so easy to recreate. How has no one ever done this?
I love this challenge. That's the first thing I write about. I love this challenge.
I think people get a bit too caught up with like the distances and like standing on the thing, but just start up here and then as you get lower, as you said, you got to go straight out. Done. Like doesn't need to be perfect as long as you're monitoring everyone and say, hey, look, you need to come lower or whatever. Loved it. No,
good on the monitoring though as well. You were like a hard taskmaster on the monitoring.
I was. I remember this challenge distinctly because significantly, Jabeni and Sega, both just names from US Survivor seasons, but Jabeni and Sega,
we all know Jabeni.
Yeah, we all know Jabeni. I really hate disaster tribes. I don't like them one bit. And Jabeni had lost twice already. And so when they finally had a challenge that they looked to be at an advantage in, I just wanted that green tribe to lose so badly. Just so when we have all the things out like this, and oh, thanks, Jaden. And when mag supremacy, I guess you'll have to see for that later. But when we have all these arms out and like Jabeni looks like they're going to win, I became very, very harsh.
And so you're saying production interfered the result of this challenge? Is that what you're suggesting?
No. I just said I sometimes like to engineer in a very fair way what I want to happen.
You just force the rules more hardly on. Where's Dan? We've lost Dan. Maybe her child needs something.
Said she'll be back out. Back in 20 seconds.
Perhaps.
Okay. So Jabiru and Seeger going. Nate thinks someone didn't pull their weight, which was Annabelle. Does he say that straight up?
This is implied.
Yeah, it's implied.
Yes. Well, if we had footage of the challenge ending, perhaps it would have been explicit.
She said she was the one that dropped.
So, and furthermore, I had like Annabelle can't straighten her arm because Annabelle had this weird thing where her arm doesn't go like straight.
She was hyperextending.
Yeah, and it kind of goes a weird way. And so that caused a lot of problems for the team. And so it's the one that gets the blame.
So Nate's right, but luckily for Annabelle and for us as the viewers, Neve is just not into it, and they're all just happy to burn her out. What was Neve's deal? Did she know what she was getting herself in for?
No idea. I believe Neve had no clue what she was getting into, and it's kind of interesting because Neve is far more connected to this group of people than her friend Lily is. Yet Lily will do far better in the game, but and I believe obviously be far more into it. But yes, Neve at the time, I remember as a host being very disappointed by this decision. I remember it was kind of a bit of a stab in the heart to me that I was like, I put all this effort in and you're just gonna like give up. I felt a bit of Jeff Probst in that. I was like, you're quitting? You know what? Quit my season of Survivor. But maybe a little more personally, because it's not like Jeff plans the challenges. I did all that, and then I'm getting a quitter. Oh, the worst. But and I think that again, this is hilarious because Neve is in no position to go on this tribe. No one wants to vote her out until she just offers herself up to quit. You might notice Neve gets maybe 2 confessionals in the hour and 40 I have. This is your punishment.
You purpled her. You purpled her for quitting.
Neve for quitting.
Yeah,
no, that's fair.
Neve.
That's fair.
We are not. You don't get actually many quitters in the LRG community. There's one sort of person in Campbell, one who sort of bails out in season 3. I'm not including the Isaac event in this, but there's one person in season 1 who sort of disappears. Basically has voted me out, so I'm not sort of feeling that well and whatever. I think you have a duty, and we're having fun with this obviously, but I think moving forward in the big LRGs, you get now. Like, how many applications did you get for season 4 when you put out you were doing a season 4?
Yeah, that's a good point. Skyrocketed. About 30 people.
So, 30 people want to do it, and now you do season 5, and more people know you, and you'll get like 60 or 80. I think now that if you actually get cast on one of these things, you have a responsibility to fight hard and play hard because you took someone's spot that really wanted it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Day 2. We've moved into F4 day 2. Now, do you regret this scavenger hunt? Because it seemed like it went wrong in pretty much every way.
Oh my word. We think about the scavenger hunt all the time. It's one of the greatest. It's really 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 it's really an iconic North Shore moment because I don't think in the LRG space I've ever seen someone cheat and like get caught, but like Zara doesn't cheat. Zara just messes up, and it's like an unintentional cheating. So if you want a bit of background, this is probably the most stressed I've ever been doing one of these games. Was because we did the challenge in the morning, and I believe Zara messed it up. Zara messed it up the first time, and we then redid the entirety of the challenge. So I got all the clues back to the scavenger hunt. I rewrapped every single one of them, and I hid every single one again. This wastes precious LRG time, which obviously is quite sparse.
Don't have a lot.
And then Zara messes up again, and I don't really have footage of it. I'm very lucky that Brody gives a really spirited confessional about about how he feels on the matter. But yes, Zara cheats the first time. And the second time, just gets it wrong. Wow. I do not regret it because it's hilarious. But at the time, I remember thinking, why on earth did I do this? And I remember Kian woke up that morning and he comes to me and he says, you better not make us do a scavenger hunt. Scavenger hunts. And so, you know what? Maybe he had a point. Maybe he knew something I didn't.
I think I liked it seemed fun, but yeah, it seemed like a lot could go wrong. And
Yeah.
I was like, did Annabelle just steal the other tribes and put it in Kian's pocket? Is that what happened at one point? No.
Yes.
What was Annabelle stealing? Yeah.
I remember at the beginning of the challenge, I say, "Do not touch the other people's clues," and then people start going like, "Okay, but like, what if I bumped it accidentally and it like fell into a bush or into my pocket?" I was like, "Guys, let's like, oh my
don't touch it.
Just leave it alone."
And then I like the bit where your dad, I assume it's your dad, walks in. He's just trying to use his bloody kitchen.
He's just trying to make some toast or something, and
he just wants the day to go about normally.
Like what time of day was this?
It was like 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Zara stuffed up, and Jabari go back to tribal, and Maddie is struggling with Zara versus Brody, and he's like, "I'm going to boot Zara because of the challenge," and I'm like, surely the merge is coming soon. Like, just don't boot someone just because they stuffed up a challenge. And now the idols explode. Seriously, at this point, it's like the Harry Potter coins, and someone starts touching idols, and suddenly idols are just exploding into the game.
What? Yeah. How many idols were in this game?
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of idols.
So it doesn't seem like it seems like a lot. There are, I believe, oh my gosh, 5 idols in this season. So that it's too many. I've been knowing it was too many, but I really wanted a successful idol play. It's just like all I'd ever dreamed of. And I don't freaking get it because it just doesn't happen. But yes, there are 5 idols in this season. I'll recap them. So the first idol is hidden. The clue was at the first challenge. Nobody finds it. And it's later re-hidden and found by Matty, who will find it. Then another one will be found by Zara the same day. Zara will find another idol, which she is then sharing with Sienna. Sienna finds, because this is a one-world situation. The tribes are never split. Okay. Sienna finds the clue to this idol, gives it to Zara. Zara gets another clue, gives it, shares it with Sienna, who finds the idol. Sienna feels obligated and gives the idol back to Zara, which they kind of share throughout the season.
Rookie.
On the next day, Mia will find an idol and give it to Annabelle. After the merge, where a lot of idols get played, one was hidden and was found by Lily, which will not be used successfully. And on the very final day, Annabelle finds her second idol. So 5 total, which is
felt like more than
far too many.
Well, I think if they're getting played, you can re-hide them. I'm fine with that.
Yes. Well, it was always going to be 1 each day, and if one was played, I'd re-hide it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This went for 3 days, and there were 5 idols, so it doesn't seem to. Your maths are not mathing.
Well, let's not talk about that.
Okay. All right. So Zara's been handed an idol, just like the idols. The Sienna Zara idol, Mia idol. Mia's told everyone about her idol because her whole tribe are in an alliance. That's Sienna is too nice for this, but gave her idol to Zara. And then, who says this? This is a great line. Not naming names, not naming pronouns.
But then
not naming names, just naming pronouns. I believe it's Matty.
Yeah, that's a good line. And then Zara's labeled a cheater. And Brody lives in the now is another classic caption. Are you doing it? So Brody is your brother, is that right?
Yes, it's why he cops a lot this season.
Yeah. I felt that, but Brody lives in the now.
Because that's hilarious.
Yeah. And Maddie's strategically dominant. Zara has voted for Matt. But does Matt have 2 idols at this point?
No, he's got
one. He has just the one. Zara has 2 because... Yes, because she's got this one that she's found herself, and this one she's sharing with Sienna, I believe.
Yeah, this is the really interesting trouble where these idols are here, and Maddie and Zara have to make a call whether they're going to play their idols. Zara, which has 2, they both don't play their idols, and they both cop singular votes, but they put their faith in the right place, and it ends up being a 3-1-1 on Brody. pretty ballsy, especially for Zara, who's sitting there with 2 to not play one at that tribe. Were you surprised you could see some idols play there?
I remember at the time being very shocked at how confident Zara was at this tribal, because it's like, how could you mess up more for your team? And frankly, I mean, who cares? Because the Brody blindside had been brewing for a while, for a whole day now. All I've been thinking, gotta vote out Brody. How fun would it be to vote out Brody? And so it finally hitches off. I love this move because it is the first. I think this is the first time Survivor North Shore ever had a move. This is a move. And it was the first time. Baby's first blindside. So very excited.
Cute.
Who do you think deserves the credit for that? Is it Zara? Is it Maddie?
Zara for sure. Because Matt doesn't want to keep Zara, and Zara turns the tide on this because she's reminding him of the loyalty they share. Nola as well is just kind of following this. Shut up, Matt.
Is this Matt? Is this Matt?
This is Matt himself. So he's truly no authority on this matter. I give this move to Zara, especially because she's been talking about voting out Brody for ages, and this was her plan. She enacts it. I give this move Zara's credit.
Maddie's saying he's very smart. I think Maddie is smart. We were surprised to say.
Did we watch the same season, Matt?
You said he'd only watched one season of Survivor. We said earlier, I am shocked by that because this guy seemed to have a really strong Survivor brain for what he was doing. Just innate skills. Just for if you guys haven't started watching season 2 yet, Dani and Jules, Maddie's back, so you get to enjoy more Maddie.
He's back. No, I haven't watched it.
Well, do you know what?
Look, full disclosure, I watched season 1 today.
Yeah. Jumping ahead, right? So there's 4 returnees, and you know what? Obviously, Ethan, like us, knows who the characters are.
Okay, hang on. Let me guess. So if it's 4 returnees and their characters, you said Maddie. Is Annabelle one of them?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking. Lily? Oh, I like Lily. There's someone we've talked about a lot already.
Yes.
Zara?
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, it's the 3 people I picked for the tea party, other 3 people that came back, plus Brody.
Yeah, okay.
You knew what the character, you knew who the stars were. Zach's also a star, but you probably didn't want to bring back the winner. So we come back to episode 5, and Nate is randomly hitting a tree with a stick. And then I'm like, is this merge? You faked me out. I'm like, are they going to merge? It's like, no, it's a swap. I like it.
Ooh. I remember.
3 tribes.
3 tribes of 3.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I'm glad because I remember looking back on this and being like, this is stupid.
Well, when you've got a small cast, it's kind of hard to know what to do. And like a 3-person tribal, when it's not, the final 3, it's so interesting of like how you handle it. Like we think of those disaster tribes that have gone down to 3 people. Like I think of Malcolm and Denise voting out Russell. Like it's like, because obviously if 3 people are on a tribe together, Dani and I are saying, we'll vote out CK. CK and Dani are voting out me. Me and CK are voting out. Like, how do you know who's telling the truth? So, I actually love it.
I'm also a fan of it. Like if you watched our podcast before, we go into deep dives about all sorts of random shit we played. There's a drunk Viber where I managed to vote out Jules after she voted me out earlier, and that turned into a 3 of 3 before the merge, and it was a wild time in tribes of 3, and we got to pick them as well. It was good times. I like the 3 of 3. I think it was a smart move. I think it shook it up. Really, the double boot with is it a double boot? Yeah, double boot with the
double boot.
3. And I thought it made some good. And I liked it actually turned into a tribe of 4.
And when Kian was talking about we'll all vote for each other and then draw rocks, I was like, oh, Kian, that's
not how rocks works.
That's not what's going to happen here. Sweet baby Kian.
So we get 3 new tribes. The new Sega is Annabelle, Zach, and Zara. That's a tribe. I stand that tribe completely. And then Annabelle says she'd be happy to lose just to vote Zara off.
Zara out. And this is hilarious because Zara's right there.
Yeah. Maddie, Nate, and Lily are a tribe, and then Kian, Nola, and Sienna. And then Mia gets to choose which tribe she's going to win, or she goes to tribe with them. You know what? I probably would have picked the same tribe she
Correct
picked.
choice.
But wow, did the tribe of which was it? Zach's tribe? Yeah, Zach's tribe, which had Annabelle and Zara. They just annihilated that tug of war.
It's not even close.
Yeah. But I think the choice isn't which tribe do you think is going to win. The choice is which tribe do I want to go tribal with.
Yes.
Oh, do you think that's how what she was thinking? It wasn't.
I think so. I think
safety.
she. Well, because like I think I have to look at the numbers again, but she picked the only one where Sega had the minority, and she made it 2-2.
You are correct.
So it's like she protected her own tribe mate. Now it didn't matter because Brody went out anyway. Not Brody. Nate went out anyway, but because of all the idols. But yeah.
Well, I'm going to just say that I completely overlooked that and thought she just picked the tribe that had the 2 guys on it because it was a strength challenge. But you know,
why would we assume that the men are stronger?
Well, I'm putting my hand up with some obviously subconscious sexism here, and I apologize for it. I apologize that my mind went there and didn't consider the strategic benefits of this choice to protect her tribe mate.
Is this like in Sydney 1 when you imprinted? Was it Sydney 1? Or which season was it that you gave someone an immense amount of strategy that they actually didn't have?
Yeah.
Just decided.
Yeah, that
was that Ethan in Sydney?
No, it was Shane. Shane with all his advantages and how he was like
even I gave
him chess.
Yeah, you guys gave him all the strategy that he didn't possess. Am I doing that here? Just being like, this is the most strategically sound decision to make to protect your entire OG tribe.
Did she just? Is it strategic, or did she just go with the tribe that looked stronger on paper? If we're being
look, I haven't spoken to Mia for extensive detail about this decision. I'm gonna say it was a bit of both.
Okay.
Just to keep the podcast nice and friendly.
Annabelle says she doesn't think either of them.
I think Mia just picked what she felt in the moment. I love the little bit where like Chanel's spoiling my twist and I'm mad about it. And she's going, she's the tribeless one, and Mia's going.
She's like, I'm by myself.
What does that mean? And she doesn't want to bet on a tribe because she's like, I have to tell everyone. Like that's so mean. I think that's an utterly hilarious moment. I think she does bet on the tribe she wants to as well. I think there is a she does feel an allyship with Nate in that season. She's quite heartbroken when she has to vote him off.
We have to give some credit to Tatum, who basically says I don't know if it's how I heard this or it is, but she says that the is it Sega?
It is Tatum who says she's like, why wouldn't you pick the Annabelle Zara team?
She's like, they're the obvious winners. She just calls it like straight up, and then they just annihilate both tribes like instantly. She knew what was
better strategy.
Stuck around, she'd win.
Yeah, I've got lol at Tatum still giving her input into the game.
Backseat driving the game.
Yeah, we might be able to give her some Orca points for that post vote out.
I think this group, the Zach, Zara, Annabelle group, New Sega, they're better. They win because they're better organized. They're pulling together.
Yeah. It was strategy.
They're yelling. There's better strategy. As the winner of the fastest tug of war challenge of all time, it was all because I was calling out, pull at the right time.
It definitely wasn't because you were completely disproportionate tribes.
That's a sexist comment, Jules, and I don't like it.
You have the same number of men and women.
What was disproportionate then?
Because
guys, don't talk about
everyone on your
gender
tribe
balances.
was so
I'm not
much
sure.
bigger
I
and
can't
stronger.
keep doing this.
Who was bigger? Our guys.
Yes.
They had a professional tennis player.
Okay. He's like this.
Seriously, that's your argument right now about Dale?
Look,
really?
if that challenge had just been the women on those 2 tribes, we would have had a real nail biter there. But your men were substantially bigger than the other men.
I'm happy to hear it. Just you sing into the choir. Okay.
And then you were there too.
Thanks. Matt, Zara's thinking of giving one of her idols to Nola, and Matt gives another great confessional about his plans and the consequence of Mia coming over. See, like he understands the game, and then he expects a 2-2 and a rock draw. So he's going to play his idol, and then he's wondering if Lily needs to get the idol back from Zara to play her idol. Like he says up in the chat that he just watched one of King George's seasons, and that was the basis on which he played. But he's understanding the ramifications of this quite like small tribe dynamics with rocks and votes and who should be doing what. It's a very he's just a natural to the game.
I agree.
I love it. Now,
what's with all this like handing idols around?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Why don't learn from me? Don't give away your idols.
So my friends reference this all the time. Everyone who's been involved in North Shore. So my mother is a big North Shore fan, but she loves Survivor. She loves everything Survivor. Her least favorite thing ever is when somebody tells someone they have an idol. So I remember when Brains vs. Brawn 2 comes out, and we quite like because I think Titans vs. Rebels the previous season, we were like, oh, this one will be good. And then what's his name? Nash tells everyone he has an idol immediately and like parades it around camp. My mom, it was like watching like someone get tortured. She was like, turn it off. I can't watch it because she's so mad when people tell each other about their idols. I remember when
there's some benefit to sharing that you have an idol, but giving it away is a different thing.
However, she just doesn't see the benefit. I remember when like it'll happen in later seasons. People get idols and do not tell other people. And I remember when I tell my mom would ask me, oh, what happened on day one? I'd be like, oh, blank got an idol and didn't tell anyone. She'd go, that's my winner. That's who's got to do it.
Yeah.
But there's like a really strange little thing here where I also, after the season was over, had no idea who had an idol at what time. And I will I get really annoyed about it in future where I'm like, you need to tell a member of production, or I need to find out I need to know who has an idol at all times. I need to know where they are.
An idol needs to be properly transferred. You can't just be like, I've got his idol now. Like, how do we know you didn't steal it? They've got to do it in front of production.
There has to be, well, production was just me, but there has to be a yes, and I will in future start to just reinforce it.
Yeah, sure, I'm sure. It would be frustrating that you didn't know where the idols were, but the cast at least seem to know where all the idols are. And at this point, Matt seems
to think... shuts up about it.
Matt seems to think that Zara has 3 idols. No, Zach thinks Zara has 3 idols. I think that's probably
Zara does not have 3 idols, okay? Zara knows of 3 idols and has maybe held them one time each. It's a really gross exaggeration because she's got her own and she's sharing one with Lily, which will later get played. And then she's also got this like Sienna one, but Sienna's taking possession of it. The only idol Zara owns is Zara's idol. She owns one, which she will.
I was very confused. I was like, Zach wants to kill Zara. And then who apparently has 3 idols is my note.
Yeah, it's not 3.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, okay. So Annabelle's correcting us here, trying to make her case. She says that her goons have 3 idols. Like Zara's goons have 3 idols.
She has access to 3 idols.
Yes. Okay. Zach then slags you off, Ethan, and then shushes people saying it's his interview.
Yeah, so this sticks out to me because Zach gets mad that I didn't give him a confessional this round. But I did, and I point it out later, and I was so confused because I remember I pointed out later because we compare the cocky and annoying Zach to the humble Lily Stallone, who did not get a confessional this round and just decided to do it in the voting booth. Because Lily didn't get a confessional and just did it there later. The mature response versus the not mature response.
Sounds like you got beef with your winner.
The game, the people take the voting booth as a confessional section. I'm just like, guys, just a quippy one-liner, throw your vote up and let's move on.
No, there are essays spoken in that
really?
It's giving Jervis in Borneo, like when he would just talk and talk and talk and talk.
I agreed.
I think the strategy the 3 come up with here, though, the strategy of Matt, Lily, and Mia to have a non-proliferation pact because they know they all have idols. Idols are no secrets, and they could all use their idols and waste them, or they can all just vote out Nate and keep their idols. And I think that was the right strategy. Jules does not agree.
I would have said, hey, let's all three of us will keep our idols, and then I would have absolutely voted for someone else.
Yes.
Even if I want Nate out, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take out someone with an idol.
So
I think there's also the correct move here.
You create a 2-2?
I would. It depends who you are and depends what side you're on. But yeah, maybe create a 2-2.
But now you're at risk of rocks on a 2-2.
Yeah, but YOLO. They'll flip.
You say this. You wouldn't be doing if you played LRG again and you were one vote away from the merge. You're not YOLOing your way into like rocks or 2-2 split.
You know what? Just go for it. Just look. If you stand strong, if you say, yeah, I'm here to YOLO and have fun, then the other people go, oh shit, she's legit. Oh, I'll flip my vote. Boom, done. I win.
Okay. I think you're right, but I just don't think you'd have the eggs to do it.
You can't tell me that you would sit there knowing 3 people have idols, or all not going to play it, and you wouldn't be tempted to pull some sort of shenanigan.
I would probably flip my vote, but I'd play my idol.
Oh no, you don't play your idol because then they play theirs. You don't want to do a domino effect.
You're right.
If they play theirs, you absolutely stand up and play yours.
There's kind of I've realized in future that when you put 5 idols into a game, you get like a bit of you can get a cerise situation fairly easily. And I mean, this will occur to me in future seasons where I keep it very strict because I think the worst thing that could ever happen is a cerise situation, and an advantage getting is my least favorite thing ever. So
what would happen if you had 3 idols on the one group and they're all immune? What do you do there?
Every idol was there.
Yeah.
That's not if Nate had. Let's say Nate had an idol and he played it. Now and they all play their idols. Now what are you doing?
So this was talked about. We were like, what if everyone at a tribal's immune? Because people were asking me these questions throughout filming. I remember I just kind of said like, oh, it would like all of them would go away or something. I was like, that's all you could really do. And that's all I can do. Or what you do is you kind of, I think I've read in the rules. I was like, what do I do in a future season? Which is everyone is immune. You end that tribal and you do like a double later. You like postpone it. You just end tribal. No one goes home.
I think that's a fair outcome. But pretty difficult.
There's no rock draw, Annabelle. They're immune.
It's pretty difficult in an LRG with the
all
time
immune,
schedule,
no
but I
one's
think that's
immune.
the fairest.
I like the rock draw. I like that.
Yeah. And Matt wants to know what was the flaw in the plan. Well, Matt plays his idol here, which he didn't need to do. So obviously he didn't trust that they were. And Jules, you say if you play your idol, it lets them know something's up. Well, Matt played his idol, something wasn't up.
If I'm one of the other two, and Matt's playing his, I'm probably playing.
But
mine.
They didn't.
I know. Good for them. But I would have been like, what's he doing? Because I know I'd be thinking about doing something. So if I'm thinking it, someone else must be too.
I remember this decision having like major season ramifications because Matt losing an idol here is just like so catastrophic, especially when there's so many and it becomes this huge game of like, oh my gosh.
This quote from Matt is incredible. When you play surrounded by snakes, you forget the game's doing the same thing. That's elite. Absolutely elite.
Anyhow.
I love Matt.
Let him die. Oh my gosh. But yes, this is obviously a blunder, but it's not like it makes total sense. He is obviously paranoid. He plays it, wastes it. Lily and Mia have no reason to think that he's doing anything. I don't know why Matt doesn't think Lily's with him. I have no idea why he doesn't think that's the case, because at least there's going to be a 2-2. But who knows?
But we do know that rolling into episode 6 that Maddie is not impressed with Zach's pinky promise. Did Zach make a pinky promise to him? Is that the deal? And he's like,
what happens is the other tribal is also important to mention, which is the first flip I think in the game, which is when Sienna flips on her brother to Nola.
I've skipped. Sorry.
I loved it.
Loved it.
And she voted out her brother. I love it.
It's so amazing.
Yeah.
Sienna, Sierra, same team.
Yeah, Sienna,
Love
Sierra.
Sienna. So this move as well had major season ramifications because this is like I think funnily enough North Shore 1's a lot like Borneo. I think it's really similar, especially when you go to the end game and especially Final Tribal. Like even like a bit of and especially because when I watch it back, I find the Jabeni 4 a whole lot more likable than the Sega 4. So I was, because I remember the Jabeni people being like, these are the heroes, the underdogs. And so as well, to have this like flip happen meant that Sienna gains a ton of win equity with like Sienna kind of sweeps the jury if she's at the end against anyone because she flipped on her brother. And there was no flipping happening in this game. Everyone was like, there was a flip. So yeah, very Sierra Eastern. It was really important.
You could have been there. Voted out her own brother. You was saying that.
Can't believe it.
It's true. I missed that in my notes. Is there anything you want to worry about that trouble? I have nothing in my notes about this other vote.
All I've really got is Sienna is the deciding vote. Kian voted out 2-1, and he said you suck on the way out.
He did say that.
So what was the pinky promise that Maddie's not impressed with from Zach?
So they sit. The merge kind of happens now, and Zara's trying to figure out what numbers she has. She knows she has her Jabeni 4, but she's also saying, I think we might have Sienna because she flipped on Kian, which means she might be willing to flip on the rest of her Sega Alliance. And we also have Zach because Zach pinky promised me that he was with us. And Maddie remarks, well, that's worth a lot because Zach's not with them.
I suppose he hasn't seen Trolls because in Trolls the pinky promise was very important.
Really important.
Zach
break it.
Annabelle now has an idol, and I'm like, how many idols in this game? We've gone through this. Now, this is what I want to refer to this pre-poll quiz. Who the is John?
Who's John?
Some of the answers to these questions is John.
So, funnily enough, John is someone you might meet in a later season.
Okay, but why would he be answering the questions?
So this is really funny. John's supposed to play the season, but he backs out in like the day before, which is like the most dick move you can do on an LRG ever. I can't believe I asked him back.
And you still let him play again.
And I still let him play again because he promised to be better. And we got Nate in the day before. But John was supposed to play. This poll was taken on Instagram, like the chat of the 14 people. And you'll see what John looks like, and you'll be like, okay, I understand now why John was given as an answer to everything physical.
And okay, that makes sense. Also, correct me if I'm wrong. I might have got this wrong, but it seemed like Lily was both the answer to most likely to win and also who's not going to get any answers.
No, Neve was the one who was most likely to win.
I misheard. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the correction.
Which people freak out over because Neve quit. So everyone's like, who's most likely to win? And Lily goes, I think it was Neve. And everyone was like, you can't be serious.
Because Neve was most likely to win. Wow.
Yes, by a majority of people. So the people who were voting were the players themselves voted and also their parents. Which I thought was very funny because everyone knows each other. The parents knew the other contestants.
I think this was a good time to do a quiz. I think it was fun. Does Zach do a good sort of confession here where he's like talks about how if he gets turned on, you can use it for him. Like he's like, I'm feeling top of the world, which you should never say because then you can use that when I get booted. But I do have a moment here with Zach just putting in some more Orca potential. This way up here in the edit. Tell me if this was true or not, Ethan. He immediately just tells you what the merge tribe is named without any consultation with anybody.
Yes.
Just names it.
That's pretty Orca.
I think. Yeah. This might be a trend that you might see in North Shore history, which is that people don't care what the merge tribe is named. And in future, you will see that people just kind of yell a name and everyone kind of goes, Yeah, that's fine. I guess it's okay.
It's the sort of thing that, you know, you can't make a big deal about because it's just not worth it. And so you just sort of go with whatever someone says. But it's always such a fun little Survivor dynamic, you know, about the merge tribe name, because it's like back to the start and everyone's trying to be friendly and maybe build some new bonds, and no one wants to upset the apple cart of the freaking name. But like, so anyone who's willing to just put out a name, everyone just sort of goes along with it. But yeah, it's a little bit like Orca to do it.
I mean, we named it after a bottle of wine, so you know.
That's pretty appropriate.
Pepperjack.
That was a good tribe name.
I agree.
I prefer Nivek, though we should have been called Blue Flago. But the only reason that I didn't say call us Blue Fuego is because Max had come up with Nivek, and I was going to take it away from Max. We get to the tribal, and Zach calls out very loudly from the voting booth, "How do you spell Sienna?" Of course, he's not voting for Sienna. It's a bit of a play. But Annabelle and Zara both play their idols. And it's a 4-4 tie between Zach and Nola, who are brother and sister. Is that right?
They are indeed.
Yeah, I've got that here. I was like, another sibling reveal.
Sibling reveal.
I needed connect
a chart.
Yeah, I did. I really did a chart.
Was that a 4-4 on tribal lines?
It was, yes.
Yeah. And then Nola goes and Maddie flips.
Because Matt put down the wrong name?
Yes.
Don't know if I buy it. Do we buy this? Is this law, or is this just something
very distressed? He did seem very distressed about it.
So Ethan?
I will give my 2 pieces. This is so basically I never had an idea to tell them to not speak while the voting was happening. And while they're voting, Mia is telling Matt, flip, vote for Nola. And Matt kind of just sits there. He's like, I'm not hearing any of it. We're going to go to Rocks. Because if they go to Rocks, the Gemini Alliance actually has an advantage. They're up 2-1. If they go to Rocks, Matt draws a rock, Sienna draws a rock, and Mia draws a rock. 2 of the people voting against him. So Matt actually has a positive reason to go to Rocks here. And genuinely, he gets to the voting booth and messes up and writes down the wrong name because he has heard Mia tell him to vote Nola over and over again.
Nola, yeah.
Every time I ask him about this, he says, I seriously put the vote in and I forgot the name I'd written. He says, like the Men in Black. He'd just forgotten what name he'd written. This is iconic North Shore.
So distressed about what he did.
Yeah, very John Cochran. But like Cochran's really intentional. This is just, I have no idea what you call this because it's certainly not good gameplay for what we see later. But
no.
But it's really funny.
That is I love this from Mia saying, like, you know, got in his head, Nola. And then
if I ever get to play an RG again in the tie, I'm going to do that. Just go into someone's ear and just say the other name just over and over and over again. Just psychological warfare.
No. I think in the future, Ethan won't let them talk during the voting.
They do not speak anymore.
Yeah.
They didn't speak during, they will not speak ever again because of this move. This really messed with me. I was really annoyed by this. And so during future seasons, I am shushing them. Shut up! Throughout every future season.
And what would you do if they keep talking? Would you slap them with phantom votes?
What I would do? Oh, I'd make them make the ultimate sacrifice, and they would have to. and they would have to get some. I wouldn't, but you'd just get 3 votes every round. You wouldn't get a super idol. You wouldn't get any.
I don't think Ethan knows what I'm talking about. I don't think he's watched.
I don't think he does. I don't think he does. It's fine.
Okay, so anyone else for the merge ep, or are we on to F7?
Go 7.
Let's go to F7.
Let's do it.
Annabelle suggests they should lose their vote. You know what? That's probably a better choice.
Ew.
So they've got balls on a plate. There's a funny comment from someone about, you're trying to tell them to put the balls in their pocket, and the women are like, we don't have pockets. And like, is it a flash about women's problems? Like women, like I've learned this, probably way too late in my life, with having a daughter and a wife, that basically half your shit just doesn't even have pockets. And the stuff that does are like fake pockets, you can't put anything in. Like,
have you seen there's a trend at the moment, girl grip?
Yeah.
And it's like the woman who has to have all this stuff on the table and everything she can pick up in one hand. Like it'll be a cup, her phone, her lip gloss, her keys, everything just in one hand. And the guys can't do it. And it's years of not having pockets.
Can you see
we
that?
just learn to carry everything. And then there's normally you're picking up a kid in the other hand.
Yeah. This is just the patriarchy 101 here. We've got like a conspiracy about you. Like we just want to weigh you down with crap and know that you can't rise up against us. That's the secret plan. But anyway,
yeah, it's like every single finger will be holding something different.
Zach wins immunity after constantly bragging as to his success, and then says, "Damn right I do," when he wins.
I just want to talk about, like, Maddie reminds me, and again, it wasn't in the edit in season 4 of Melbourne, but Mars talking at the merge challenge the whole fucking time and driving me crazy. Maddie's doing the same thing here at the beginning of the challenge. He's just yapping. He's just yapping, and that would drive me fucking up the wall.
I like that move. It's the Christian move. I like it. If you can do it, do it.
Yeah, but when you're playing with them, it fucking drives you crazy. You're like,
that's the point.
I know it's the point. I'm just telling you, it's annoying. I'm aware of this.
It's effective.
What's more annoying, that or this conversation I'm having with you right now? Which is more annoying?
Conversation is more annoying. You're fighting me for no reason. And then I have a question. Why did Zara put her arm up like that?
Yeah, so she kind of wants to like stretch a different joint, I guess. But I remember being baffled by this because Zara,
you're already on 1 foot and now you're gonna throw yourself off kilter.
I couldn't believe it because I was so shocked because Zara's like so in trouble here. This is like she's just lost her number. She's the biggest threat in the game. And it's like, why are we taking this risk with a different joint? It did not make sense to me. So, yeah.
But then I also have a question here, because right now in my head, Zara has 3 idols, right? So I was like, how is Zara screwed? Doesn't she have idols galore? Because in my head, she has 3. I was like, used it by her confessional. But
so one's gone. One she does have shared with Lily. And what did happen to that last one?
So does she
so she has the one with Matt. She has the one with Matt, which is gone because Matt plays it at the swap. She has the one that she owns, which she plays at the merge. She's currently got one shared with Lily.
And Lily plays it for herself
here
when she should have played it for Zara.
Which would have, it would have turned the tides. I think about this all the time.
And then this is where my comment was like, I was like, Maddie is clearly a Survivor fan. He gives out so much information in his confessionals. Because he's like peaking confessionals right now.
Just I know you're a dad. He's become a you stan. You might be becoming a Maddie stan as we go, but he said you were demonstrating your elite skills before. He also said yapping ruined my game, so I made yapping my power.
It is your power.
He doesn't know how to shut up.
I love them.
So you've been thinking about it, that Lily should have played that idol on Zara. Do you think they think about it, or are you just thinking about it on their behalf?
I'm thinking about it on their behalf because I don't know what's going on there. I believe they know that there is a move they have to make here. They don't know Maddie is going to flip back to them, so Matt doesn't, which is probably something Matt should have voiced and said, "Hey, I want to flip back to you guys. They're voting for Zara."
Did they believe? Had Maddie told them that the vote was a mistake? Did they believe that? I can't imagine they would believe that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone believed at the time that Matt did accidentally, because Matt kind of realizes he's in big trouble and throws his lot in with the other alliance.
Yeah, he was fully like, we can split next time. One of the last 5 has to win.
What's the right move, isn't it? If you vote with them, you might as well just say you meant to do it.
However, I mean, we're at 7, and Matt actually, this is big. Matt tries to do Operation Italy before 47 had aired. So there's like a plan to do it's a 3-2-2, and then he does the
He's going to
flip.
flip.
However, he's not on the majority vote, so he makes the critical
Yeah.
mistake of he flips, but it's not just a 3-1.
So it becomes a 3-3-1.
Yeah, it's a complete mess. And they have an idol for insurance. Doesn't work.
And then Zara goes.
Robbed.
Brutal loss. And then random general knowledge.
I love Kahoot. I
Yeah.
don't hate on Kahoot.
Yeah.
You like this? You like the random general knowledge?
In general, I don't enjoy it in Survivor.
Okay. Especially like the one like Ethan is awesome. True or false? Yes in red. Yes in yellow. Yes in blue. Yes in green.
Got to know my favorite color.
That's very
green was the correct answer.
The correct answer. It's the best color. What am I wearing right now?
Green. Yeah. Sort of a swampy
olive.
green.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
can't
olive.
Green.
I don't mind it. You got to come up with challenges, I guess. I think Survivor trivia would have been fun, considering none of them have watched Survivor. I think that could have been a while.
I think I thought about that and I said, oh, we'll do Survivor trivia. I think initially I wanted to do trivia about what had happened throughout the season.
Yeah, you would have had to make it
but I would have had to make it, and I was like, ugh, what a nightmare.
Yeah.
But yes,
you could have got Tatum. You could have got Tatum to make it for you. She probably knew what was going on.
But the thing was, I think I realized, man, not even I know what's happening in the season.
Yeah.
When I make this.
Lily, Mia wins it. Lily plans to make a fake idol, and then Annabelle finds another idol. Is that right?
Yes, because it was the final day.
Yeah, I've got Annabelle finds an idol, strong orca contender. This is where I put this here. My first note.
I first thought of her as an orca contender when she was like walking into the voting booth being like, welcome to my podcast.
Yeah, welcome to my podcast.
Oh! Yeah. I love that moment.
Mm-hmm.
I also find everyone, she said she got up at the butt crack of dawn to find it. A bit of Tony Lachos there.
Love it.
Never stop hustling. I love how everyone keeps misspelling Zach's name at this point.
Yeah, the merge tribal, everyone's like laughing because they can misspell Zach's name. And Zach's like, Zach, I'm still very good friends with, is one of the easiest people you can annoy. And so it was really, it made me really laugh that I could do it too.
To be fair, I started writing his name with a K when I started my notes. And when he got angry about the first time, I switched it to a H.
I think mine changes throughout. I think I've got a K when he wins the ping pong challenge, but I've got a H later on with his ridiculous contraption.
Like,
if I'd been there and voting for him, I would have written goodbye Denver Diva on one of the votes just for a bit of fun. Meltdown about it. Oh, who's that? Oh, that's Zach. Surely you realize.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't be mad though. I'd be like, well, obviously.
Obviously, who else would it be?
You would have known.
I enjoy this tribal. Maddie's pitching for his life. Like he's like us, like pitching for his life. And then we get the and this will become Zach also becomes a paper enthusiast. Now nearly every voting contemporary he talks about the paper and how he likes
the good paper.
Yeah.
He really wants the best paper.
The little burn marks, yeah.
Did you tea stain them? What did you do?
Oh my gosh. So I like cut up pieces of paper, then I got like a lighter and I just go like and then I would just like go around it, and that was a mess because shockingly paper sets on fire. And so you see a lot of the corners are just kind of missing. It's because it like lit I'm like I'm blowing it out and it's like going all over the backyard and everyone got mad at me. But they got made, and that's what's important.
Who does we don't see the votes on this one. Who does Maddie vote for? I assume it's unanimous otherwise.
Yes, we don't. Matt and Lily, I believe, both vote for Zach.
Okay.
Split it too. But I remember at this time, when this vote came, I never do this again, which is to not reveal votes. I think I'm in a bad mood, and I actually reveal just all the Matt votes because I'm really mad that Matt and Lily, who were like my favorite contestants at the time, Now it's all completely different. Still love them, but my perspective on the season has shifted entirely. But I was feeling very negatively because I remember like my perception of what Survivor is very different to what it is, and my players in this season kind of show me what Survivor actually looks like. But I didn't think that's what it was. I thought, what's the most important thing about Survivor? Backstabbing people and betraying and flipping and idle plays. That's what makes Survivor. But it's not what the truth is, as I found out. So I was really furious and just revealed all the map votes and was like, whatever. No one's gonna watch this anyways. I don't care.
You're ruining my game. Everyone's ruining my game.
I hate it.
Everyone's ruining what I planned.
Go home. Game's over.
Go away. None of you win.
How dare you vote out Matt?
You vote out my best character. Not true. Not true.
There's multiple good characters. And there's multiple in this final 5. And here we go. This is the moment. The contraption, the net thing. He comes from behind with this ridiculous tape net to hack the challenge and win. It's one of my... We're going to be doing it when we get up to our 200th episode. We're going to be doing a series about the top 25 moments.
This will be in there.
Yes.
This is in there. Like this is an incredible moment. Like,
my gosh, this
thing.
I knew this was awesome. Tatum, you
My
can't
favorite...
be on the podcast. You're too young. I'm
We
sorry.
would love to have you.
But they love you.
We do love you. My favorite part of the whole thing with this contraption is that it seems like for 10 minutes or however long this goes that it's just not going to work, and then it works, and then he solves the puzzle quicker than no one else could solve the puzzle. It was one of my favorite challenge moments in any LRG. I was laughing my ass off. It was so ridiculous.
It's people I mean, also happened 2.5 years ago. We talk about this every day. We talk about the stick fishing every day. And the funniest thing about this is everyone could watch the challenge. Like there was no jury. There's no jury, obviously. Everyone gets to vote. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Everyone's a final tribal. Everyone gets to vote. So it was just kind of like, oh, everyone can just come watch. But this is huge for win equity because everyone was so impressed by this stupid idea that somehow worked. But let's be candid. This is not why Zach wins the challenge. He wins because Annabelle can't spell. Annabelle has these letters for at least 7 minutes with the most optimal stick ever made. I believe Sienna has the letters too. And Zach is still fooling around with this stupid stick that's getting tangled in his legs. And then it works. And he solves it with incredible moment. But come on. This is not like what Danny's talking about earlier with cheating with the bottles. This is not a cheat. This is silly and somehow works.
My comment notes on that. Zach has made a wild net thing. Zach is struggling with tape management.
Tape management.
With Survivor, rope management. He's struggling with his tape management. This contraption is hilarious. Zach wins immunity with this contraption. What was the answer? I
believe. I have no idea.
But I tried to pause and look at it. We couldn't see it.
Yeah, I also, when rewatching, tried to pause and see it. No idea. I don't remember. If anyone in the chat remembers, I believe it was it was a plural. Conquerors. The word was conquerors. I just remembered that. And I remember Annabelle literally wrote conqueror on the bottom with the Q-U-E. Everything was correct. Had the S and goes, Matt's telling us right now. She has the S and is about to, and goes, oh, there's no way. Scrambles everything. Because she didn't think about plurals. And I remember going conquerors because the O and the E, when Sienna does it, she goes conquerors. So Q-U-O-R-E-R-S. And obviously got to swap the letters. And she says it out loud. And then we're stuck because Zach figures it out right after. Cheats a little bit.
It was a wild time. To me, it was not beyond your wildest dreams that he would come up with this nonsense.
I couldn't believe it. It is some of the most fun I've ever had. Everyone was like, I love that moment.
I also have a note here about the background music at this point in time because I feel like it gets really, really loud and then just stops. And I was just like, the background music is wild and so unpredictable and very like reminiscent of the challenge because the challenge was just wild and unpredictable. And I was like,
sound design in Survivor North Shore is a little meticulous. So this is the part where I mentioned that all the first 3 seasons are edited on my phone.
wow.
It's so. Are you? I don't want to misjudge you. Are you a Gen Z or are you like the next gen?
No, I'm Gen Z. It's
Gen Z.
It's so Gen Z of you to edit it on your phone, which is also incredible. But it's
actually, I don't know why, but I found that I was like everything was taken on the phone. It all gets airdropped to me. I can't transfer that to a computer because I'm not very tech savvy. I've luckily this newest season is edited on my computer. For everyone watching at home, I have a real editing software.
The players at home, they're like, Luke
for everyone watching at home, it will not be edited on my phone again. And you see like in other seasons as well, like the sound is insane. Isaac's bringing it up right now. The audio is insane. You have to turn your volume up and down because I'm editing on my phone and I'm not actually like keeping a track of the volume on my actual phone when I'm editing. So I'm sometimes editing with my volume all the way up or I'm editing it with it like really down. And I never considered that like that would matter. I'd never done video editing in my life. I'd never done anything. People ask me all the time, they go like, oh, would you edit anything else? No, I just love Survivor. It's the only reason I would edit it. But
hot tip. Yeah. I got a hot tip for you.
Keep your volume the same when you're editing everything.
Well, I got a hot tip for everyone. This has already come out. If you want to watch this season in prime audio format, I can highly recommend. They do cost $900, but Apple iPod Maxes, which are the ones that go over your ears, I watch basically all of these LRGs on them, and it doesn't really matter how bad the sound is. Those headphones just do magical compression and even everything out, and I can actually hear things, and they actually work no matter how bad the video and audio editing is.
Look, I'll keep my $900 and just use a remote to go up and down a little bit. It's not that much of an inconvenience.
They also noise cancel. They're amazing. I watch my use of headphones. That's an incredible story that you were editing on. Because you see, we're old people, and I'm the sort of person that can't book an airplane with my phone. I need to do that on a computer. That's a computer task, booking an airplane.
I would never book flights on a phone, though. That's insane.
Yeah. Oh, you would do that.
You've got to do the important stuff on your laptop.
Dani, Jules, would you book an airplane ticket on your phone or on your computer?
No.
It's a PC
job.
I
had to buy footy tickets on the weekend, and that was a computer purchase.
That is a computer purchase.
It's incredible. It's more incredible because it's really great. Like, I'm not that worried about the sound. The sound in a lot of these early LRGs is up and down.
It was only just a specific one because it was like it felt so loud and just stopped really suddenly and it was still going, and I was just like, "What's that?" Like, it was like
I'm more thinking to future seasons where I'm like
specific challenge. I was like, "Whoa, this is wild."
I'm more thinking to future seasons where I get really unhappy with the audio. But that's not what we're going to talk about.
We get to the point. I've got to say this because I know you've been standing Annabelle the entire season, Jules, and I've got my quote here. It says, "Annabelle tells Lily she can suck it," and then I say, "I've liked her a lot, actually. The podcast thing and now this TED Talk thing. This is pretty elite." That's I'm also really here for Annabelle, who is
even as far as at Merge when they talked about voting her out, and she's like, "Well, I'm just obviously a huge threat."
Thank you so much. It's the threat that I am. Amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to win this.
She is a threat, as we'll get to.
I'm like, fuck yeah, more Annabelle.
We'll get to her in a moment because she's a threat. Zach calls that he's winning, which he's right about. Don't have Lily's boot, but she obviously agrees. Yeah, we don't have Lily's boot footage at all.
We do not. It was a unanimous vote.
Yeah.
I was too sad to even film it.
What didn't you know? In retrospect, what didn't you like about this final four that has Zach, Annabelle, and Zara? No,
Mia,
Zach,
Sienna.
Zach, Annabelle, Sienna. Yeah.
Sienna and Mia.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just remember thinking because I didn't see any big flips, and for some reason, that's what I cared about at the time. I was not focused on who was the most entertaining. I cared what was most interesting to me. I wanted to be blindsided, but I knew who was going home every round. How terrible.
Yeah.
North Shore kind of begins because I wanted to watch a new Survivor season kind of unfold in front of me. And I wanted something really, and I wanted what I thought would be really exciting. And I did not think this was really exciting, just like the game itself. But in retrospect, I love Annabelle. I love Zach. I love Sienna. I love Mia. I think, and Lily as well, making it to the final 5. I was really pleased with that. I think if I go back in retrospect, and I remember at the time thinking, but what if Jabeni makes it a little further? Then maybe there's a lot more exciting gameplay. Maybe we see some more flips because they want to get Zara out eventually, and then maybe they flip out, and then maybe Zach goes home. If Zach goes home at the merge, it's a completely different game. And I remember thinking all the what ifs get me caught up, but I'm very happy with what happened now. But at the time, I wasn't.
I think you make a very good point, and I think the difference for us and for you is that we got to watch it in an hour and 40 minutes. It's quite hard to follow the gameplay. It's hard for me to be recognizing who's on what tribe. So I'm just being entertained. But if this was a full season where we had to watch 20, 30-minute episodes of every boot, and these were just like original tribe pagongings, it would be probably reasonably boring, even with these great characters, because it would be a lot of non-strategy happening.
I agree. And it's not like anyone even teases a flip either. No one's interested. And I, as a host, am openly mad about it. I go like, you can't expect jury votes if you don't flip here. Please flip, please flip.
You turn yourself into the game here. You're like, guys, play the game.
play the game I made. And but it's not something that now I care about. I got personally invested in what I created, and in future seasons I'm not as much. For my own safety, I stay away.
We got the final 3 winner choosing who goes to final 3.
Yes.
On that one?
I'm so confused here. I'm so confused. What just happened?
So
there's only one vote.
The justification is I think that was I've labeled it now on the wiki as just like a twist where the winner of immunity got to decide who was going home. This is a benign decision because Sienna's going home 3-1 anyways. So I don't know why I made this decision. I have no idea why. There was a bit of I think I wanted to do some kind of...
though. Like, I get that decision... Sorry, I'm going to argue with you here. Because, like, I get that it was the same outcome, but it gives Zach more win equity.
Yes, it does.
Because he's seen as the one who makes that decision, even though there was a decision that was going to happen.
Yes, I agree.
So it's not benign.
No, sorry. Yes, wrong word, because it was important. But I remember just thinking... I remember at the time I was thinking about Final Four fire making, and I was like, that's what Survivor is. I was not part of the fandom whatsoever at this point. Like, I thought Final Four fire making was great. I don't think that anymore. But I did at the time.
I'm actually pro Final Four fire making. So we're allowed to have our opinions.
And when I remember thinking like, but how could I think up another challenge? That's important. I could never think up another challenge. So I kind of just said, not just whoever wins gets to pick the final person. No,
like you combined
Hold
Final
on.
Fire making with the final 2.
Okay, sorry. I've just realized something. I ran out of voting paper, and that's why the decision was made.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
I agree about this decision now.
You didn't have enough paper for a couple of revotes, so, you know.
No, I didn't think there would be many. And so I didn't burn enough paper, and I was like, there's only one piece of paper left. The jury votes, if you see, they're all just written on like paper I made like 2 minutes ago. And so I was like, I've ran a vote of paper. He can just decide. It's going to be Sienna anyways.
That's a wild reveal. Jules, can you not see these comments that I've put up on top of your face? Hang on.
On my screen, they are over this side.
Hang on, I'm trying to
Because
get
it flips.
Okay,
I can't, so I'm moving away from it by doing that.
The other direction.
Now they're on my face.
No,
No, now they're not.
No, they're not
Everyone
on your
else
face
is
now.
right. No, that's right. Perfect.
I don't care if
Dani-
you can see my face. I want to see my face.
Well, that's very awkward of you, I must say. But,
Thank you.
Let's keep it this way.
Almost.
I like the brick challenge, holding the brick up. I thought that was good.
Especially with the
endurance challenge.
pole there and like you couldn't touch that. I liked that.
Yeah.
Big fan of that one.
And now, so why was Sienna the biggest threat to win? Why was Sienna going to win? As viewers, before we get to Ethan, Dani, George, do you think that she was obviously going to win? Because for me as a viewer, I was thinking it was obviously going to be Zach. But maybe it could have been Annabelle.
Yeah, I thought it was between the I think she had a chance in hell.
Sienna?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was the vibe at the time? Was Sienna going to win if she was there?
Sienna was going to switch the jury.
Is it maybe because I'm just looking back at my notes, she got the 3 votes when the Sienna Zara tie, so that did they maybe have it in their head that the other alliance was going to vote for Sienna to win?
Matt said she was the only one who did anything flip related.
I was about to say, it says she flipped on her brother. Is that what?
She voted on her brother. I'm actually serious.
Okay.
Because the time was that I was mad that everyone was just so loyal to each other. And then again, the players too, especially the Jabeni alliance who get pagonged, like the Matt Zaras. And they were like, do you guys remember when Sienna flipped on her brother one time, then flipped right back to vote Nola out, who she saved? Wow, she flipped one time. This is, oh my gosh. So that's seriously all they cared about. Like, I think if any member of Jabeni's at the end, they also win. People were furious at Matt, Annabelle, Zach, and Mia. They didn't like him. No one liked him.
Okay, so they got to vote for one of them. And when we're looking at these final tribal councils, Annabelle's final tribal council is elite.
I loved it.
Like, it is
I know she was
elite.
Fantastic.
She might have been a bit too strong about why she should win. And maybe it annoyed people. Zach completely turned into a completely different Zach at this FTC and humbled the shit up and just became super humble and with the arrogant guy that was doing this at the start of the game and is stupid, and just calling out shit. I think he realized he could win and he just turned it down, turned it right down. He's like, yeah, so we're all here to play a game and Annabelle's just serving the jury from the bench.
I loved it. I would have voted for Annabelle 1,000,000 times over.
Yeah, she's giving
Me
it to him
too.
too. She just doesn't care. She's like, yeah.
Only one person seemed to have an issue with it. Now, she had a big issue with it, but it was only one person.
Was Zara, who loses her shit in the voting booth.
I'm losing her mind during the voting professional.
I was considering voting for you, but now I'm not.
She absolutely loses her mind in this voting. It's crazy.
It's I think when I look back on North Shore one, I think it's the final tribal that I remember. I remember it like the back of my hand. I remember everything that happened. Because you're right, Zach kind of pulls a bit of a Chris Doherty move here where he's just kind of apologizing for everything and it's such an obvious suck up. But then again, Annabelle's very Twyla. It's not apologizing for anything. And
this is the quote from her. I sat you there, loser. Now vote for me.
Yeah, Annabelle tells Jabeni that they're losers and should have stuck together and not flipped on each other like idiots. Says you shouldn't have played your idols wrong. You had all these idols, you played them wrong. True.
Hello, idols.
It's just that there was so much volatile energy towards this final 3 that anything was going to piss these people off.
And
it so happens that Zach gives the most humble.
He's humble, and he references the contraption. And you said earlier you think that maybe that had a huge influence on their votes. Do you think it did? Because it was just a hilarious moment?
I think so. People were really impressed by it.
It was that, and then they see him make the final decision about Final Four. I was like, he has these moments in front of the jury.
Yes.
That give him a leg up.
Absolutely. Yes.
And someone votes for Quack, which is great. And Zach wins 7-3-1 over Annabelle and Mia. Who voted for Mia?
Keon did.
Was that the sister? Are they brothers?
He voted for his sister. Yes.
Even though did she burn him in the game or not? Yes,
No.
she did.
Mia never burned Keon. Sienna burned Keon.
Yeah. And who voted for Annabelle?
Sienna does because she's mad that Zach just voted her off. Lily votes for Annabelle because not sexist or anything. And Chanel votes for Annabelle because she said you were the most confident person. Importantly, Matt doesn't vote for Annabelle, and this is hilarious because they are now married. So he did not. Yes, big reveals.
Get out.
Were they together?
They were together at the time. Yes,
and he didn't vote for her.
And he did not vote for her. And then she was like, "Yeah, I'll marry you anyways."
Wow.
Were they in an alliance together? They were.
No, they never voted together.
No.
They were on opposite ends of the spectrum. Very early dating, Matt says.
I'm sorry. Early. If my partner did not vote for me when I was at an FTC, like we would not be together currently.
Jules almost broke up with her partner because her partner kept like voting to execute her and Blood in the Clock Tower like 3 times. Like in a couple of random games of Blood in the Clock Tower, she was like, "You do this again to me. If you vote me out again." No, it was the other way around actually.
I kept voting Z out, and then she was the imp.
Yeah, I knew.
Annabelle did not speak to Maddie for days.
Wow.
Took a lot.
Party. This is great for the tea party. Fantastic.
I cannot believe this couple though has probably my favorite LRG couple was Dan, the host of Canberra Survivor, and the Orca of Backyard 3, Andrew. Mm-hmm. They were absolutely my number one Survivor couple. But Maddie and Annabelle may have moved into number one in the LRG couple.
Number one with a bullet top spot.
That's great. 100% agree.
It's
hilarious. I love this. This is amazing. Did they mention this in their? This is probably a tea party question. Did this get brought up in their wedding, in their vows? The lack of the
I believe it wasn't. I was a groomsman at the event, so I was one of Matt's groomsmen on the side. Along with
tea party question. Stop it.
Stop. Okay, we're done.
Save it for the tea party.
Save it.
Yeah, tea party. Okay. Well, that's all I've got for the season. Do you guys, Jules, Dani, have anything else that you want to add?
No, I loved it. I thought it was chaos.
Loved it.
I thought it was so much fun. I'm
very curious
what a more expanded season looks like.
Can I move back now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think cheeky is the best word for it, and I mean that in a great way. I loved it.
It was a breath of fresh air. It was really, really enjoyable.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Breath of fresh air. When we've we've watched you guys have watched every LRG there is. I've watched almost all of them, and it's just like it's such a breath of fresh air.
It's unapologetic. It's exactly what it is. It's not trying to be anything more. This was filmed on like one phone and a couple other people, and it was so well done.
Thanks, guys. That's so nice. I remember when I first did my foray into the community, I remember people saying, "Yeah, I've seen every season." Every season? You've seen season 1? I could not believe that people had seen and enjoyed season 1 of North Shore because I looked on it so negatively. But now that when I watch it back, it's a completely different experience.
It's very easy to watch.
Yeah, it's actually extremely easy to watch. North Shore's always been shorter. Like I think even season 2, season 3, you can watch them in a day. In fact, that's what we've done.
We do that anyway. We've talked about this at length sometimes as we've covered, every one of these seasons. When I roll up to watch a whole season, I see 20 to 30 minutes for the first ep and the merge and the finale, and then the ones in between are sort of like 12 to 20. I'm like, amazing. Like this is going to be all.
They don't need to be any longer.
Yeah, like look, some of the LRGs, sometimes they make hour-long episodes, hour and 10 long episodes. And I think that it's largely because they want to give all the contestants their screen time. And, I get that. Like, you want people come onto this thing for the experience, and part of the experience is to watch themselves. But sometimes it can mean that it's a bit of a trawl to go through the episode. I prefer a 40-minute episode. I think there's a reason Survivor worked when there were 40-minute episodes. I think that's the right length. But the shorter one, it's an easy watch. It's easy to get into it, and that's always a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching it back. Because I hadn't seen it in years. I laughed a lot more than I thought I would. I think it's really funny. There's a bit that I don't know, I was late at night watching it, and there's a bit where I'm trying to show them the plate challenge, and Matty's just not getting it right.
Not understanding.
And I went, oh my god, and then I cut it, and I was like, that's hilarious. It's a cut. It's a cut. I was so funny. And all the little like gags I do when I'm like doing the little names. And I remember Tatum saying, oh, I'm pretty thinking I'm going to go. And I wrote like, pretty thinking she's going to go. Zach saying he was feeling splendiferous, and I'll bring that later. There's a lot I like.
All the recalls, as it goes through, like all the recalls back to previous votes and stuff. Such fun.
It's a bit of revisionist history. I really enjoyed coming back to it.
I loved watching it, and I'm looking forward to watching these other 2 seasons. And I think, as you said, the story being that you didn't know the other LRGs existed. You thought this was your own idea, which meant that you did it in your own way. Whereas had you watched other ones before, you might have thought, oh, well, I need to do this or I need to do that. Or, you're going to get influenced by, even subconsciously, by things that you've seen and other things people have done. But you were able to do it with your own just pure idea of how to make a YouTube Survivor. Obviously, Survivor is the core of the concept, but a YouTube Survivor and how you're going to do it, you just applied your own original thinking, which created, and I just got distracted by Matt's comment. It created just this really unique, as I said, breath of fresh air, and it was really, really enjoyable to watch. I'm looking forward to watching the other seasons. I'm looking forward to talking with some of this cast. I'm looking forward to deep diving with my beloved Zach next week, and his great run victory. Though I feel like Jules is going to be campaigning to the Congress that he shouldn't win. What? Because ORCAs shouldn't win.
No, if Annabelle had won, I would say.
Well, I'm sorry, that's your point. That's you say that all the time. That's not us.
Yeah. Winners can absolutely be the ORCA, but the ORCA in this case was the runner-up, and I will not hear anything different.
Well,
you should hear some of the people. I have an Instagram chat discussing you guys and with all the casts. Some people are hungry to be an ORCA. Some people they saw Loz with the necklace and they said, I need that. I need it now. And they can know. So for those, part of what we do for letting the community know, when we have a fresh season, we have a wheel that will pick. We do a draft or whatever, but the wheel randomly picks somebody, just random, and that person is the people's champion. And if the people's champion makes the finale, I will come to the city where the show is created and put on a bar tab for $1,000, and that's where we give out the medals. And spoilers for Sydney, I won't say who did it. Spoilers for Sydney 2. The Sydney 2 People's Champion made the finale. So at some point this year or early next year, we will have the ORCA drinks in Sydney because I have to give it for Sydney anyway. And we will hand out the Bromelo medals to the 2 people from Sydney 1 and 2 and the 3 North Shore people. The medals everyone here
are going to be handed out within the next 6 months. Free drinks because of the People's Champion of Sydney.
That sounds super cool.
Now that's unbelievable. Sydney and North Shore combined, that's a big community to get together.
Somehow the wheel has spun the People's Champion into the finale 4 out of 5 times.
What's up with that? Who's controlling the wheel?
It's fate. It's like Wheel of Names.
It's just a button they press.
It's just literally a button. What?
And the one time it didn't.
Everybody. So we're not spoiled. We don't know who makes it.
Well, that's what I was about to say. The one time it didn't is when CK knew the outcome.
And then I let the ORCAs pick something else. We did it a different way.
It was unfortunate that the Melbourne Force People's Champion went out in the first episode, but that's okay.
That doesn't matter.
It's fine.
Oh, Nat.
Actually, so funny. I never thought about it like that. The one time it didn't work was when CK knew the outcome. That's hilarious.
and the first ever People's Champion where we created the concept was the aforementioned Eden. And so, the whole idea, we were just rooting for him the whole time to finish in that top 5. And he just scraped in.
Just sneaks in on Canberra 3.
To make it happen. And then I've got another one doing Canberra now because the season 5. Anyway, yes, the will absolutely manifest the victory. And so we'll have to see that. But anyway, I know there's going to be people hungry for their Orca Awards, and these medals are going to happen sooner than later. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this deep dive. Then I'll speak to the winner. Then we'll do the tea party. Then we'll deep dive season 2, repeat. And so we'll have 9 episodes like that for your 3 seasons that you've released. And then the 10th one will be a crowning of the Orca, but we will triple crown the Orcas. There'll be 3 crownings in one evening. Triple crown.
That is going to be super exciting.
I love this.
And that's how we'll finish our coverage of your first 3 seasons.
Oh,
all geared up for whenever season 4 releases, obviously. Season 4, just one question for you on season 4, is we know, we've seen the trailer. You've got a couple of very significant returnees. We have Ashley playing her 4th time in her 4th franchise. New record. Third. She's equaling Keegan's record of 3 franchises. And Luke is playing, secret, his 3rd time in a 3rd franchise. Are the rest of the cast people that you knew, or are they all strangers to you?
Very interesting. So a lot of people, so obviously we had an application this season, which means that my cast is, I was very excited about it. So casting for season 4 was super fun. I loved having everyone come in and apply. And there are people from the Outstanding Survivor community, but a lot of people still to keep in the North Shore spirit are very good friends of mine. So
Okay.
Very excited to see that. Let me try and find a list of everybody. But we've got Ashley, obviously from the Outstanding Survivor community, Luke from the Outstanding Survivor LG community, but just about everybody else, apart from some maybe outcast appearees, Jasper, Angie, and Marco, who are all in the Outcast org community. Every other person is just someone I know, co-workers, friends of friends, friends of friends of friends, and yeah. But it was super exciting. So
will you get player intros?
Say again?
Will you get player intros?
The Meet Me's are ready to go.
Yay.
So you will get to know everybody before.
Oh, that's it. We have to do the draft. So I'm like,
We'll do a draft, yeah.
We need a draft.
Full coverage. There's a great comment from Matt here that season 4 is in the top 5 today for sure. And I imagine all these people were on the crew, all your OGs were there helping.
They're all here. Annabelle's on the crew, Matt's on the crew.
Yeah.
We love it.
Isaac, John, Josh, all these people who've played and will play later are all my crew members.
Amazing.
Even Tatum.
I love the way this come together for you, for your community. We can't wait to cover the rest of the seasons. I think when we cover the other ones, we can potentially do it without you because we'll have more content to talk about. But we will get you back on sporadically throughout our coverage because obviously it's your thing, and it's great to talk to you and get your perspective. Really loved watching it. Really loved having you on, Ethan, and it was fantastic to be able to share our experience of your first season, and looking forward to the rest of our coverage with you and your season. Thank you for welcoming us into your franchise.
Thank you so much for covering. I've always wanted an excuse to talk about my favorite things, so I'm super excited. I love seeing people have watched it and excited about it and talking about it, and it makes my day every single time. So thank you guys as well. It's been a lot of fun.
So thank you to everyone that watched live. We love you the most because we love to see your wonderful comments and the real-time feels. We thank you to everyone that listens or watches on YouTube after the fact or on the podcast if I ever bother uploading it, which I'm bad at. I'm going to get you to Jules do that. We love you just a little bit less, but we still love you. But please be here live in the future so we can hear your wonderful comments. Thank you to everyone that was here. Thank you, Dani. Thank you, Jules. Thank you, Ethan. We will be back next week as I dive deeply with the winner of the season. Winner of something else, maybe? TBD. But winner of the season, Zach, on his wonderful victory. You have but one vote. I shall see you next week. And until then, you can dance with us if you watch this. We will dance.
What?
We dance.
That's how we end the show.